everyone. How are you doing? Welcome on in. If you are here, oh, I'm hearing myself. How is that possible?
Oh gosh, that means I didn't turn off. You
No,
didn't
it's
mute
me.
your
It's me. It's me.
tab,
It's me.
lady.
Oh, I didn't hear the music.
Thanks
Were
for
you
the
playing any
raid.
music?
Well, look. Don't call me out like that. Normally
Were
I
you
play
not
music.
playing any music?
Look, I made a beautiful overlay for our friends at Evil Genius Productions. That's
They
right. I'm
enjoyed
jumping
sitting in their
silence.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Sorry. Do over. If you are here for the Everyday Heroes 2-shot titled No Mercy, then you're in the right place. Congratulations. You can stay put. Please keep all arms, legs, extremities inside the vehicle at all times. It's going to be a bumpy ride. Before we start on that ride, I want to introduce you to our players today. So let's go around in a wee circle. Stella, you want to start us off? Just let them know who you are, your pronouns, what you get up to, and maybe just a brief intro on your character you'll be playing today.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Stella Luna on Twitch, Stella Luna TV on all other social media. My pronouns are she, they. I'm a TTRPG producer, performer. Today, I'm going to be playing Esoterra. I am a mastermind, and I'm also an insufferable know-it-all. You will find out more details very shortly.
Amazing. Thank you. Kat.
Hello, I'm Kat. Pronouns are she, her, or they, them. Choose your favorite. I am playing Thassa Boulder. She goes by Boulder, and she is basically the strong, tough military brute. She'll probably punch some things.
Is her name meant to be like, that's a boulder? Yeah. Boulder just occurred to me.
I got
Hey,
the
that's
boulder.
A boulder.
Yeah, that's a boulder.
She's just a
big, muscly
Pull
boulder.
yourself out. No way.
Disturbing,
And I'll
distressing.
take my leave. Goodbye.
Beautiful. That's
Oh
a
my
nice boulder over
God.
there.
Oh my
goodness.
god. That kind of stream.
Becca.
Hi, Havana. Thank you so much for being
my full
here.
name.
Sorry, Havana Rama. Is it? Then it's a streamer name and it's different and it's not weird. I'm Becca Scott. If you're following this right now, which you're probably hearing a lot of alerts in the background, thank you so much. You're watching my channel, and I also run Good Time Society in residency on my Twitch channel, and is the YouTube channel where you can find this VOD later. I play all sorts of role-playing games, and I play all sorts of board games, and you'll find out now that you hit that button, especially Silver Bullet. They're on the overlay. They just followed. Don't worry about it.
I was like,
Just a call out, making it awkward for that one person. And if you don't mind, while we're here on me, let me tell everybody a little bit about Evil Genius Games. They have this Kickstarter going on right now for 9 more days for Everyday Heroes, which Vana is going to be running for us this eve. Check out that core rule book and check out our happy little referral link if you're watching on Twitch in the present moment of this continuous timeline. Then there's a link for you there. And there's also one in the panel below. And if you're watching on YouTube later, well, there's a link in the description below. So what are you doing? Specifically, use our referral link so that they know that we sent you. And that's all I have to say about that. Back to you, Vanna.
Thank you, Becca. But yeah, that's everyone. That's what we're all about today. Please, everyone, read my comment and chat and laugh. Thank you so much. And I'm Vanna. I'm gonna be your GM today, and I'm super excited. I thank you. Thank you for accepting this assignment.
I do what I'm told.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, I've never had the opportunity to run this system before, so I'm excited. And yeah, I GM, I role play, I stream on Twitch, I do some voiceover and some hosting. My pronouns are she, her, and yeah, who knows what kinds of characters I'll be playing today. I'm not gonna tell you.
Did you introduce your character?
Oh, yeah, did you?
You don't know nothing about Layla Throttle that Layla Throttle doesn't want you to know. That's not true. I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I'm really good with guns because I was in the military. And my family has a pickup truck, but that's not relevant tonight. I just wanted you to know about it.
There's a lot of trucks in our family.
We got a lot. Yeah, I know Thassa. We go way back, and we both got
way
trucks.
back.
Family's
Is
got
that
all
right? Y'all
Family
go,
trips.
Do y'all go way back because you were in some sort of truck club together?
Have you never been to the South? Of course we're in truck club.
Don't you have truck club?
I've been here a couple years and no one has invited me to a truck club.
Oh,
Gotta come on over.
I think I look more like I should be invited to the Subaru club.
I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that. What is that thing you said? Never heard of them.
Oh my
Only
god.
We got trucks.
We got trucks.
But we don't need just muscle and trucks. We need some smarts too, and that's why we love Esoterra.
That's right. I mean, you don't know Esoterra, right? Unless Esoterra, you were part of the truck club.
No.
Do you do our social media?
Oh, now I do.
The truck club social media.
We gotta let people
really
know
cute.
on the groups when the meetups are. How
Yeah,
you think?
so true. On Facebook.
Begrudgingly.
I'm crying already.
Literally, Layla's like, "Do I look like I know what a JPEG is?" I just want a picture of a gosh darn pickup truck.
And maybe a meme of a gopher.
It was a beaver. How dare you? Oh my god. Offensive. Okay, so that's our players. That's our characters. Becca introduced the system. It's basically like a complete, a 20-year landmark rehashing of D20 Modern. So if you've played that, it's based on that and just updated to fit kind of updated mechanics for what we do for tabletop RPGs.
An
and you get
RPG for a modern world.
That's right, Becca.
Sorry.
The duel.
Nope, different one.
And you can get the quick start guide for free. $3, right?
Yeah, $3. That's what we're working from here.
Yeah, that's all we got. So if you think we did a good job,
Just imagine what you
That
could
was
do
free.
with a whole book.
$3.
you can too.
You could do better because you'll have the whole book.
Yeah.
Oh my
Frankly.
goodness. Yeah, it uses the D20 system, Trixie. Yeah. So yeah, you can put this in any modern setting with sort of like fantastical sci-fi, cyberpunk elements. Basically, you can go wild with it. But today we're gonna be doing some zombie shit. So I hope you're ready for that. But yeah, anything else we need to do before we jump in?
Layla ready to jump.
Oh no.
I'm jumping from my truck already.
Stella, you got a fucking one-liner for me?
Activate. I don't know.
Perfect. Yeah, no, that nailed it.
Not the activate.
Absolutely.
But the twist is
Activate.
that at the end we find out
Absolutely.
esoteric is an AI.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Actually, AI.
I mean, it is possible with this super awesome game system.
So
Amen.
Use our referral link, please.
please click it. Do it.
Oh my god, we're gonna get in so much trouble. I'm just kidding. All right, then I think we're ready to jump in. Put a 1 in the chat if you're ready. Okay, it's jarpin time. Hold on, I'm
I
having
do have music now, by the way. It's rock.
It better be really quiet.
It is. Don't worry.
I love quiet rock.
It's like
called
kind of
soft
metal, but it's hard.
It's
Hard
like
but
soft rock,
softly
except
fun.
it's not.
All right, we are parting the veil and we are entering in character domain. No giggles allowed.
Oh no. Can't say that.
Hold on. I'm going to turn the
Really
music
fails.
up loud for a second as we put our game faces on.
Oh, we can't hear it.
Listen. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but you can imagine.
So everyone stop talking.
When do I start talking? Okay, I'll wait.
Okay.
I don't think I hear the.
No, you don't.
No, we don't. No. That was for Becca. Okay, wait.
I'm not the only one watching.
Wait, y'all. Not even chat can hear it.
Yeah, chat can't hear it. It's only you.
Are you kidding me?
Talking alone.
I'm sweating.
I'm playing it so loud now.
Hear it?
There's no way you can't hear it.
It's probably not capturing the audio.
I don't
for
think
some
it's
reason.
capturing.
I'm gonna cry.
It's silent.
Becca at a silent disco that no one else knows they're invited to.
Are you kidding me?
Very soft rock.
Why is everyone lying to me? You can hear it.
Why did all of chat say that?
They all
I'm
got together
so
and just decided that
confused.
that was the lie they were going to tell.
Yeah, I guess so.
Hey, y'all want to go to Becca's channel and do a gaslight? Yeah. Let's go.
Can you hear the other players? Because it's literally the same system.
There hasn't been music
when I
since the
unmuted, I
start.
could hear us, but there hasn't been any music. It's just been us.
How many months and years have I been streaming, playing music in the background? Okay.
What kind of
So
soundboard do
now,
you have?
no, I had turned it off for the routing, and it has been off for like months. Cool.
Okay, chat can hear it now.
Yep.
That's so. Hey, Becca, you need
I'm
to
glad
save
we
that
figured this
profile.
out.
You
Yeah,
need
we're
to
gonna hit
the
save.
profile right now.
Yeah, we're gonna hit save.
Because
My favorite
you're
thing
gonna
is just
forget.
imagining you like really dancing to some music at some point and like talking to chat, and chat's like, "Yeah, totally."
Someone please
All
clip
the
Becca
time.
throwing up porn, sticking out her tongue, and we're all.
It was probably "I love you" because I.
Music.
Okay, hold on.
Please come clip it.
Let's just take this moment to remember that we are promoting Everyday Heroes here. We will get to playing the game eventually. This is for you. This is for you, people.
Oh my goodness!
I'm
This was
crying.
all. This was all a planned bit, just to make the.
I need to
the
turn on my
two-shot
air
memorable.
conditioning.
I've been doing it for months. We've been planning it for months.
I didn't know it was gonna get so hot so quick.
I think that this stream is gonna go longer than intended because we haven't even. How?
No.
How long?
It'll be fine.
We'll be good.
It'll be fine.
I'm
This is,
crying a
I
lot.
mean, if you're on a tabletop RPG show, are you really on there unless you have some like inane conversation for 30 minutes at the top?
What would we be doing if we
Couldn't
didn't
be
do
me.
this?
Couldn't be me. I mean,
It's
I haven't even
authentic.
written anything, so
It's very authentic.
Before we really part the veil, I just have to issue one apology and thank you to chat for not actually group gaslighting me.
you should also
Thank you for being
apologize for
genuine and loving.
accusing them of it.
I will not apologize for that. I gotta be ready
Oh my goodness.
one of these days, you know.
Cut to Becca. Why is everyone lying?
Why is all of chat act like together as one, lying to me, a perfect angel who doesn't deserve it?
I'm no angel, but you know who is? Lila Throttle. She has never harmed a fly
I don't
that
believe that at
didn't
all.
deserve it, or it was in the in the way of
A
testing
woman named
explosives.
Layla with a pickup truck? Impossible. Impossible.
But I make a mean banana bread.
Are you just sobbing at this point?
I don't know if I got makeup in my eye or you all are making me cry. Tears of joy.
Just thinking of that truck.
This night is so beautiful. It's a dog ran 450.
Not the truck.
This might be a good time to mention that for this game we are employing safety tools. We have lines and veils that we established before. We are using the X card system during the game, and we're doing some stars and wishes at the end of game 2. I encourage everyone to do the same. Games are all much more fun and much more enjoyable when everybody feels safe, comfortable, and taken care of. Okay, so let us part the veil for real. Now that we've done our planned bit, a la the Oscars. Okay. Time passes differently on the open water, and you're uncertain how long the dampened thrum of the helicopter blade has been playing in your ears. It's all white noise and blue expanse at this point. You've done a good amount of work for redemption at this point in your career, if you can call it that. But calls to the middle of the ocean are uncommon, and the reality of the remoteness creeps deeper under your skin with each passing minute. As your nerves falter, you sneak a glance at the face of your companion to see if they are feeling a similar itch. So between Becca and Kat, if one of you could volunteer to describe your character and maybe give us a bit of insight into their state of mind going into this mission.
I can go first. Vessa is sitting there. She has kind of your normal military pants on with some combat boots, a very plain shirt, hair slicked and bunned back. She's been in this before, and she likes to keep everything out of the way and just clean and tight and ready for the job. She's sitting there, and I wouldn't say she's necessarily nervous. She's been in a lot of high stakes situations before. She's been in the military. She has been, in the line of duty. And so she's seen the worst. She's been in the worst. So she's just kind of semi got a game face on and is preparing herself for anything that could happen, because it's kind of dark for everyone as of this point.
All right, and what about your character, Becca?
An old childhood friend of Thassa's. They grew up together, counting trucks, racing trucks. They went into the military together, and there they saw many things that they don't talk about. They just talk about trucks. But sitting on this helicopter, coming closer and closer to some sort of impending danger, Layla feels adrenaline and a healthy fear. She is 5'9", tall for a woman. Her pronouns are she, her. She has bright red hair, that natural strawberry blonde, like blonde red, lots of freckles. And she is fit, obviously, because she's always training, always ready to protect the innocent and maybe bake for them. But today's not a day for baking. Today is a day for doing what needs to be done. And she's wearing black tank top, olive gray coveralls, because she can get under the hood of anything. Doesn't matter, truck, elsewise. And she's wearing that one-piece workwoman suit off the top, tied with the arms around the waist, and ready for action.
Love it. So those are two characters that are in the passenger part of the helicopter. We do have a pilot that y'all mostly just see the back of at this point, but she has like shoulder length brown hair and a huge matching headset like the two of you do, and just a kind of like cheesy pilot's jacket that's that classic brown leather with the like off-white cream wool around it, and her body seems relaxed, and she seems sort of just in the zone with what she's doing.
Is that Rochelle up there?
Sure. Just just naming my NPCs.
You didn't.
I did actually, but that's fine.
And you didn't say no, so.
No, yes, and Rochelle. That's Rochelle.
That could be your twin sister.
One of the best. She turned around. She says, "Quit calling me that."
We had it serious for like a full 5 minutes.
Oh my goodness. No, it's fine. Yeah, Rochelle, and I imagine maybe y'all have worked with her before. But she's really just the transportation, right? She doesn't ever go on missions with any of you, and she doesn't spend a lot of time socializing with the members of Redemption, but she's not unfriendly.
Seen her passing and stuff.
Yeah, and she's hot, so you see her. You know what I mean? Hot. So we've got an idea of what our characters look like and their environment and state of mind. Is there anything that the two of you are you're in that kind of like belly of the beast, right? Of the helicopter, and it's just the two of you, so you've got some room. Are you doing anything? Is there any conversations that come up while you're approaching? It's not necessarily a long helicopter flight, but you know, it is something that you get lost in with the white noise and just like the endlessness of the ocean. Like you haven't seen land for a while, so the passage of time is a little confusing.
I'd say that Thassa's probably kind of putting on her gear and make sure everything's strapped tight and safe. She does have like a few straps for, you know, she carries a blade with her, a machete that she always has kind of strapped to her leg. And she kind of has like a body harness that has her shotgun on her back to keep it away from others, but in reach in emergency situations. And yeah, she's just kind of messing with stuff as she's kind of focusing and hearing a little bit of back and forth between Layla and Rochelle.
and y'all can't necessarily hear each other over the noise except through the mics
just
on
like
the headphones.
Yeah.
Rochelle, I said we might be getting drinks after work today.
Well, I don't drink, remember?
They have juices at the bar I'd like to go to.
You want me to have a juice?
I want your company, Rochelle. I want to
I'll think
feel like
about
the
it.
team is bonding.
Well, I'm not really a part of your team.
They're fresh pressed juices, so they're pretty good.
I nod
fine.
encouragingly at Thassa.
Fine, I will
winks at
consider. I will consider your fresh pressed juice invitation, but let's see how long this gig is even going to take today.
I give a thumbs up to Thassa. Like,
Juice is
we got
forever.
her. Juice is
Juice
forever.
is forever. I mean, I think it'll go bad at some point, Thassa.
And in response to your question, Game Master of the Action, Layla Throttle has a similar issue of machete on her hip, but right now is disassembling and reassembling very quickly her pistol. It's a 9mm service pistol.
You want to do like some sort of dex check to see how impressive?
You
maybe
know
performance.
That I do.
Performance.
Did I
First
even
roll hype.
First roll hype.
bust out the
go,
dice
let's
that I
go,
didn't
let's go,
even
yeah.
think
So
to grab?
official.
Okay. Dex check. That's a 3 on the natural side. And I have a -1 to my dex.
So it's a 2?
Yeah.
All right, describe how you go to do this super cool and look like super legit, but something external or something internal is causing you to absolutely botch it.
It takes a lot of focus, but I was talking to Rochelle on the headset while trying to disassemble and reassemble the gun. She took a sudden turn because she saw out of the corner of her eye what I was doing and thought it would be hilarious. And it also happened to be at the moment when I took one hand away to give Thassa the thumbs up, and then it just bounces on the floor of the helicopter out of my hand.
The whole gun.
Ooh.
Well-
are the doors open? Is my question. Do you lose your gun immediately?
Because if the gun is falling, I think that's Thassa's gonna go for a boot to like stomp it.
Okay. Give me a dex check.
Oh no.
If it falls out of the helicopter before you get there, I'm gonna scream.
Okay, 16.
16. Yeah, I think you successfully put a boot in it. But what sort of disarray was it in? Like, it's not a whole gun you stopped, right? Because
it was look, the only thing I've actually taken apart is a staple gun, and I imagine it's probably spring-loaded. There's like the spring-loaded part you put the staples in. It was that part that fell.
New cannon. Oh no, Becca's crying.
Layla's only ever used a staple gun before.
Layla's weapon of choice.
That was out of game. That was
gun.
Becca. That was what I relate this action to.
I understand. Okay, so it was only in a couple pieces. So let's say there's one more piece that is sliding around the helicopter floor.
Outside of the one that I just caught?
I think you caught the main part of the gun, but it's in two pieces. So
cool.
Someone needs to...
Rochelle, give me a dip to the aft. I say in my headphone. I want to make the piece slide over to my side.
Yeah, she understands the nonsense you're saying and tilts, and we'll just say that's an auto success.
That's good. I won't even.
You wouldn't get the code words we have.
Yeah, the aft.
It's like a boat, right?
Yeah, this isn't a boat, but yeah. So yeah, you have the gun. Do you hand your half back to Layla, Thassa? And do you say anything?
Yeah, Thassa kind of grabs it and is like looking at her and just shaking her head. She goes, "Keep the flirt into the juice bar. We have a job to do."
You're right. I'm sorry, Thassa. Won't happen again.
Okay. Well, just get better. You have to have the hand-eye coordination down. I mean, how long have you been doing this?
7 years.
Yeah, so
it's embarrassing.
I got a lot of strengths that are not dex.
Just let the eyes wander after. She'll still be here.
You saw my eyes wandering?
I saw.
Wait, hold.
Saw your eyes wander.
We're talking through that.
I can hear you.
Oops.
Did you notice? She says to Rochelle.
Rochelle does not answer.
And that's a thumbs up.
I can also see you.
I make sure my gun is very secure.
As a head.
My weapon, I should say, before I give the thumbs up back.
You put it back together.
I did, yeah.
Okay, great. We'll say since it only was in two pieces, you successfully put it together without breaking it. So after this exchange, there's a bit of an awkward, a pregnant pause, if you will, before you hear Rochelle speak again, and she's been kind of joshing with y'all, but when her voice comes back on, she does sound quite a bit more serious, and then she, or not like casual serious, like business casual voice, you know what I mean?
Just like more straightforward, like
right. Not the hee-hees. But she goes, there she blows. And sure enough, you finally catch a break in the endless blue ocean, and you see a massive hospital ship that is just floating listlessly across the calm waters, and in big red letters on the side, it says Mercy. The pilot's voice breaks the static again, and she goes, "Alrighty, fam, one last refresh of the details before I drop ya. The Mercy Hospital ship, which mostly does international humanitarian work, has been off comm since their last leave 3 months ago. Since then, the government has sent a unit to check up on them, but they too have gone radio silent. In true American fashion, the ship is not self-serving, so they're done throwing their own units at it. It's up to us to figure out the details that are gonna chalk it up. It's up to us to figure out the details, or they're just gonna chalk it up to a net loss. Humanitarian, my ass. There isn't a landing pad for the chopper, so I'm gonna drop you, gas up, and then come back in a few hours for the pickup. that should give you enough time to see what's going on. We can figure out a solution once we have more information. I'll keep my radio on in case of emergency, but just be aware I'm still going to take some time to make the turnaround. If you miss the rendezvous, I'll circle for as long as I can, but I follow the gas tank's lead in this situation. If I have to leave, I'm going to.
Hey, Rosh.
I have
Sorry to interrupt, but why would a medical ship not have a landing pad for you?
I don't know. I don't know when it was made. Could be an older model, but they don't have a hangar or a landing pad.
I hear some of them are from the 60s, if you can believe that.
I don't know anything about boats.
You study this? When did you have time to study this?
In my free time.
It should
Big
be
boat
pretty
person, okay.
cut and dry, so I don't think y'all will need me there. Just try not to get too bored while you're waiting for pickup.
We'll be thinking of that juice.
You'll be the only one. And as she sort of reiterates the brief to all of you, to all two of you, do you have any like questions or concerns that you voice either with Rochelle or with each other?
Do we see anything unusual when we look down at the sea vessel?
The sea vessel.
We're never gonna get through this scenario.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, give me a perception check.
Both of us?
Okay, that is a 13.
13? Are you doing one as well?
No, wait, I'm proficient. That's gonna be 15.
Ooh, I got 16.
15 and 16.
Mm-hmm.
What you notice is that the deck, which is sort of like the main functioning area of a ship, is completely devoid of movement. Like you don't see any people walking around up there. And that is unsettling.
Hey,
It's unsettling but expected, right? Because we kind of knew that there was some weird stuff.
You know
going
they've
on.
been radio silent, but you don't know why.
Okay.
So maybe it's not super surprising, but it is new information.
Yeah.
and that's all we're checking on is the radio silence, or they had a distress call?
No distress call.
Just silence.
Rosh, you got any idea what might be causing this silence?
It hasn't been silent for 2 hours.
I didn't mean me, I meant the ship's radio.
I mean, that's what you're here to figure out.
Oh, sorry, I thought that was a dig at me.
Yeah.
It was, but now I'm seriously responding to you.
Do you recall how long it's been silent? Like, is this like just a few days or
3 months.
3 months.
And they already sent a military squad out here and haven't heard from them either.
No return. Well, it's not normal for a whole ship of people to just go disappearing.
We'll find them. I have confidence.
Maybe it's like some Bermuda Triangle thing.
Yeah.
Bermuda what?
You've never heard of a triangle, Layla?
She's a
I've
ship
heard of a
fan,
triangle.
not a shape fan. so-
I've heard of a triangle. It was the Bermuda part.
Why'd you emphasize triangle then?
Now that you say it, I do feel dumb. We can move on.
Okay. Listen, I don't really have any more information than you do. I just want to make sure y'all know the basics before you get down there.
Appreciate that.
Is there
Right.
anybody specific we should be looking for, or just find anyone?
I mean, the captain of the ship would probably be a good place to start.
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
Do you have their name, or just oh, Captain, my captain?
I think I know their name.
Do you?
Wait, no, I don't think I do.
I mean, you do make friends wherever you go. It's likely that you do know their name, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I think the brief said the captain's name was Anderson White.
Anderson White.
Ring any bells?
I don't think he's from Birmingham.
Do you know everyone in Birmingham, Layla?
Of course, Layla knows everyone in Birmingham. At least if they're related to trucks in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I don't think he's in the truck club.
He's probably in the boat club. He's the captain of the boat.
Anyway,
he can't like trucks.
I'm ready to climb the rope and get on down. What about you, Thassa? You strapped up?
Yeah, and she like tightens the last buckle and yep, let's go.
All right. With that, Rochelle gets the helicopter as close as she can to the deck of the ship. And the ladder only goes, like, she can only go so far, and then the ladder only drops down so far. So I'm going to have each of you make a dexterity acrobatics check.
May I request athletics?
Yeah, I'll allow it. Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
That would be lovely.
That's a generous game master right there.
Very, thank you.
Nat 20!
No way.
Yeah, baby.
What'd you get, Kat?
I got 13, 5, 18.
18. All right. Yeah. It's I mean, Becca, please tell me the absolutely deft way that you make this landing.
All right. So I think there was a rolled up ladder in the side of the helicopter, and Layla sees Thassa buckle that last strap, facing Thassa back out the window, kicks the ladder, it unfurls. She doesn't even need to look. She knows what's happening, and she jumps backwards, reaching out one hand in front of her to grab on about halfway down the ladder, and then uses only upper arm strength, no legs, to climb down the rest. That's her warm-up.
Oh my God. The way that would absolutely dislocate your arm.
Not if you're flexing.
All right, your muscles keep your arm in your...
Have you ever seen a Tom Cruise movie? Of course I could do that.
Those aren't real life, Becca.
Shush.
This is real.
You hush your
real.
mouth. That's real.
Tom Cruise isn't really can't.
Blasphemy.
Amazing. I love it. And Kat, how does your character make their landing? You rolled very well also. So.
Thassa kind of just smiles at Layla. Like, she's used to this showy whole spectacle that she's doing, and she doesn't need to do nearly as much, but she goes over and she like grabs the ladder and sees how far down. She doesn't even go to like the bottom of the ladder. She goes from the top of the ladder and then just like drops and like superhero lands on the deck of the ship, like a dang boulder. All right, she's solid as a rock.
Boulder.
Oh my God,
is what Layla says when she sees it.
And she kind of gets up and like rushes off. Hey, she's got that solid stance. She's very solid, so she knows how to bend her knees. Yeah, she knows how to bend her knees to break that fall, and she lands nicely. And she gets up and brushes herself off.
You learn all about suspension in Truck Club.
Yeah,
that's right.
That I did.
Right. Nicely said. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so y'all have made it successfully to the deck of the Mercy with no issues. And with that, we do a pan back from the deck where the two of you are sort of riding yourselves where you landed, and we, as the camera comes out, we see the helicopter ladder still kind of flowing in the wind, making its turn and departing. And then we keep following the helicopter, and as we keep pulling out on that wide shot, we see the helicopter pass over a small fishing boat. And as the helicopter leaves the frame, the camera stays put and slowly pushes in on the small fishing boat. This morning, hiring a strange old man with a beat-up fishing boat to ferry you across the open ocean to a non-responsive hospital ship you heard about over your legally obtained police scanner seemed like a good idea. But now, with the seemingly gentle waves rocking the boat 6 ways from Sunday, you start second-guessing yourself just a little bit as you feel the nausea and uneasiness in the marrow of your bones. The old man captaining the boat doesn't say much, but he sure does grunt a lot. And the spitting. It's unclear how long you've been on the water, but this man has to be out of spit at this point, right? Most of it's catching in his beard, so perhaps he's simply recycling it. You shudder at the thought.
I love where you went.
Your eyes trail up as a helicopter soars past far overhead, and you follow it from where it came to see your destination standing out bright white on the horizon. The strange man's voice shocks you out of this reverie as he says, "So, what business you got all the way out here anyways?"
Listen, I paid you to not ask. And Esoterra just leans over the ship and gets sick, wipes their mouth. You see, Esoterra is currently wearing this very oversized, bright yellow raincoat on top of their other clothing. And as they're kind of pulling it over, you see underneath that they're wearing what looks like street clothes. They definitely don't look like a hardened adventurer or a soldier or even fisher folk. They have a number of glittery things in their hair. You see that their hair is frazzled and very, very baked with sea salt and with the wind whipping at her. You see that her cheeks have been chafed by these harsh winds. And she kind of hugs her bag closer to her as she buckles over towards where the captain here is. Like I said, don't ask questions. Just get me close.
Well, all right, but I feel like I should charge extra for how much you're blowing chunks on my deck.
I'm trying my best to not get it on your deck, old man.
Well, I clean this thing every morning. And you look around and the ship is in horrible shape and just like filthy and disorganized and nothing's strapped down.
Doubtful, but I won't ask any questions.
Well, all right. If it's your business, it's your business.
Once we get close, I'll finish the payment.
I still don't know what Venmo is.
It's all right. I predicted this. I've brought alternative means of payment. And you see her kind of pull up her raincoat pocket and it jingles very noisily with like many loose objects. And she pulls out what appears to be a fistful of golden cat figurines in various poses. There's one just like, ow, and another one like, meow. One just curled up in a donut shape.
Let me see that. I gotta test if it's real.
All right, just get one. Here, the sleeping donut one.
And I think it is it real?
It's real gold.
Okay, yeah. And so I think his really unhygienic teeth sink, and they're kind of black from the spitting that he's been doing. Sinks into the soft gold that the cat is made out of, and then he hands it back, and your cat figure sleeping in a circle has a bite mark in it now.
You can hold on to that one.
Don't mind if I do. And he pockets it in one of his many, many coat pockets.
Esoterra kind of leans up against something sturdy, and she opens her bag and she begins to pick through. All right, I've got my taser, I've got my documents, my book, my trusty book. And she pulls out a bookmark, and the bookmark has a very beautiful lady on it.
Ooh.
In a very, very adventurous pose. And then she puts it away. All right, I'm ready.
You brought smut with you?
What did I say about questions, old man?
I'm just saying that's the first rule of the sea. Never leave your smut at home.
Well, of course. I know exactly what I'm doing.
Do you?
Yeah.
He looks at all the barf on his deck.
Yeah. She
And
looks
then
at it
just
too.
shakes his head.
Oh no!
Maybe pack some Dramamine next time.
Whatever, old man.
I have a feeling there's not going to be a next time, though.
Don't say that. That's scary.
Well, I'm just saying, you know, most fishermen avoid this part of the ocean.
Why? What? Immediately, a notebook comes out. There's a pen leaning in. Doesn't matter how stinky he is. The story is always the most important part.
Oh, and he is very stinky.
Disgusting.
The salt of the sea cannot cover the BO of this haggard man.
Tell me everything.
He kind of moves to use his shoulder to build more of a barrier between the two of you as you get closer. Like, but he pauses and he goes, think these coordinates and the surrounding area herein is haunted. They give it a wide berth. But me, I'm not superstitious like that. Except with the smut. Sure, bad things happen. Sometimes in the same place more than once. But that's why we've got the word coincidence.
I don't believe in coincidence.
Well, seems we're at an impasse.
Tell me more about these stories of haunting.
Well, people go missing. People come back different.
What do you mean by different?
Someone goes in happy with their life, loving their wife and children, and they come back empty. Not a soul left in them. Just rumors, though. I think people just use it as an excuse to have a sordid affair.
But you think a lot of people are boning on this ship?
On my ship? I wish.
No! Just involuntarily getting sick again. Sorry about that.
That bad.
Have you heard of anyone coming to this area and leaving?
Oh, yeah. I mean, before the rumors, it was a hot fishing spot. And I still fish out here, and I come back all the time.
Do you think it's an isolated thing?
For someone who doesn't want a lot of questions asked, you sure ask a lot of questions, little lady.
It's my job.
Well, it ain't mine.
Fine. Slams the book closed. Keep your secrets, old man.
I mean, I'll tell you a secret if you want to know a secret.
I don't think I want to know. Just get us close.
All right. Well, just remember, you are the one that brushed off the offer. Would have been good for your book or whatever.
All right, fine. Tell me. What is it?
I've got 6 toes. But I cut the extra one off. He reaches down his shirt.
Oh no!
Pulls out a necklace with a toe on it.
Esoterra's just leaning in like, fascinating. Curious.
You want to smell it?
What the fuck?
Your loss.
Hold on.
Puts it
Hold
back
on.
under the
Hold
shirt.
on.
What?
Okay.
Are you making a con check?
Roll for vomit.
Esoterra smells it.
It's actually kind of fragrant.
Don't
It's
say
like
that.
it's like a one of those potpourri sachets.
What? How?
We call it topiary.
Oh my god.
Topiary. TM.
Esoterra takes notes and then says, all right, how long until we get to the ship?
Not long now. And he does that mysterious look out into the distance towards the hospital ship. Oh my goodness. Okay, anything else you want to engage with this? Okay.
No, get me out of here.
Get me out of here. Okay, so the boat finally chugs up along the side of the hospital ship, and the juxtaposition between like his little fishing boat and the hospital ship is like David and Goliath. Like it is overpowering, the size difference to you. It's like looking up at the Empire State Building, but on the ocean. And despite his unraveled persona, he very deftly sidles up to a rope ladder that's been extended down into the water and holds the boat extremely steady as he stares at you expectantly. And then he says, I won't be coming back this way, so last chance to change your mind.
I'm very stubborn. It's one of my endearing qualities.
A Taurus?
I'm a Capricorn. She just dumps a bunch of the golden cat figurines and starts climbing.
Beautiful. So let's have you, as you're climbing the rope ladder, it seems like it's been subject to the elements for a while. Like it's not like someone just dropped this rope ladder and it's nice fresh rope. Like it's covered in like algae or something like kind of slippery. So I'm going to have you make a dexterity acrobatics, or if you want to muscle it, which I know is your strong suit, you can do a strength athletics.
Not. All right. Please don't let me fall into the ocean. I feel like that's going to be a terrible character arc.
Up to you.
That is a 14.
All right. I think there is a couple moments because again, like this ship is, does she know anything about boats?
Whatever's on the Wikipedia page when you Google boat.
Okay. Did she like look up, like research this specific boat before coming out here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever is public information,
Okay.
Esoterra would have definitely done at least like some groundwork before
Got
getting on the spooky ship.
So you know Mercy has 12 decks. So climbing a rope ladder up the side of it takes a while. And I think there are a few moments where you slip. But
I was like, why does the boat have a deck score?
Oh, no, not a
Got it.
deck.
12 decks.
Boat deck.
Like layers, cake layers.
Yeah, cake layers. And there's a few moments where you slip, and in those moments where your hand slips, you know, your eyes flash downward, and you see just like how far up you are and just how far the ocean goes out. And like by the time this happens, the boat you came in on is like a speck in the distance. You can like barely register it anymore. Is there any like thing that she's feeling or thinking now that it's like there's a difference between like I'm gonna go do this and now you're doing it?
Yeah, as the wind is like batting against her and kind of like bumping her up against the side of the ship, she clutches for dear life, looks down. I might have fucked up. But
She says
anything
that
for the
out loud?
Yeah, she's just monologuing.
She says anything for the story out loud. I'm obsessed with her. Anything for the story.
They are the main character.
Seriously, protag energy, absolutely.
Oh, no. Say that, I'm gonna be the
Absolutely.
first to die.
Okay, so once you reach the top, you take a quick look around and you see our two other players on the deck in the midst of a tense conversation with a distraught man. We're gonna dial back time a little bit, and we're gonna cut to the moment right after the two of you landed on the deck of the ship.
Ponytail flips backwards, or rather the braid.
Asa goes for a nice, solid high five.
I
All
slam
right,
it
two-
hard and
Two
grasp
dex
it.
checks.
Grab.
Two dex checks to see how good that
We do
Oh
like
my
that muscle
God.
meme, except it's us, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
one
if
from
you're just
Predator with
holding-
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Well, we went to hit and
Oh, okay.
18. I found my good die. Oh,
That's right.
still -1 though. 17.
anyone, baby.
Just the most epic, like it's like when your hands slap together, it's like a clap of thunder happens and the muscles in your arms just look bigger than they ever have before, and a vein like pulses through simultaneously on both your biceps, and you do the coolest bro hug anyone's ever seen.
Mm.
That's right. But after you kind of have this power moment between each other, you start taking in the deck. You get a vague look around the ship as the turbulent wind from the helicopter departing bears down on you. And just like you noticed before on sort of your bird's eye view, from this perspective too, the deck feels empty. It looks clean and it looks completely devoid of life. And it's kind of in that moment you snap back to the reality of the situation, and goosebumps start spreading across your body as you feel that disquiet set in almost immediately in that moment. So yeah, what do y'all do?
By clean, would you say that also there's like no spider webs or any, like, is it like hospital clean where it's kind of shined and just empty, or would you say it's kind of that? Yeah,
you can give me an investigation check, can't you?
I can do that. I will do that.
It's like a cursory glance. It looks clean to you.
13.
A 13. Okay.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Becca?
I make contact with the Thassa to say I'm doing a perimeter sweep, and I go knees bent, low and slow, weapon drawn. This is eerie how quiet it is. And
Okay.
I'm just gonna go to the nearest railing and start sweeping perimeter.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay, so let's go back to Thassa Boulder.
You can call her Boulder.
And you're specifically kind of looking for anything that would indicate passage of time?
Yeah, kind of, because like if something's been cleaned, it kind of means people have been there and just
Right,
like
right.
keeping it tidy. And so that would be, though
Yeah, so
weird that
you-
we still don't see people. It would
Right.
kind of, that is a sign of life to me.
Right. So you go and get kind of closer looks at like the structures on the deck, and some of like there's probably some like random like crates or things that are being moved around, got dropped off, or were being organized or something. And you look through some of that, and there's definitely like some cobwebs on things. You lift one up, and like a little like a small party of rats scurry out from under it, and you can see they've had the time to dig like a gnaw deep hole out of one of the corners of the crates.
Is that what you call a group of rats? A party?
No,
It is now.
It is on this boat.
but have you seen Ratatouille? It's a party.
That is a party. In the hat? Come on. He's adorable.
They're called a mischief. Stop it. That's so cute.
Just kind of a party.
Which is, if you're not
Mischievous
having
party.
mischief at the party, are you having a party at all?
Is it really a party?
That's right. So yeah, you discern that the deck looks clean as far as it's not being actively used on the daily, but like as far as like I don't know if things get like dusty on the open water. That's an interesting concept, but maybe there's
Definitely
maybe
bird shit.
Lots of yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Lots of bird shit, rats, cobwebs, and maybe like a thin film of like
Kind of like a salt from the sea. and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. It has everything is coated in a strange slickness.
Yeah,
much
she
like
kind
myself.
of she kind of wipes her finger through it and just kind of looks at it
Happy Pride.
and then looks around just to try to see where Layla went and puts her hand on her machete just to be ready to grab it just in case.
Would you say you're machete ready?
I'm the ready machete. And Boulder starts walking off
Okay, towards Layla.
towards the last spot she saw Layla.
Okay,
if
yeah.
she's out of sight or anything.
All right, Becca, let's have you do a perception check with advantage.
Ooh, thank you.
I didn't do it for
Perception.
you.
Oh, heck
Did it
yeah.
for
I
the
am
fans.
proficient. This is unbelievable. This never happens to me. That's going to be a 23 because it was a nat 20.
All
And a
you
19.
You perceptive
Oh my gosh.
son of a gun. We can cuss on this, right?
We have been, so I
Okay.
hope so. I didn't know till y'all did. Thank you, Evil Genius Productions. You know what kind of book you made.
You know what kind of people we are,
You've
miscreants,
seen the action.
unwashed.
I would say it's Die Hard rating.
Semi-washed. Yeah.
Did they do it?
Or
Die
rather,
Hard?
Rambo. Let's go Rambo.
Rambo, yes,
Rambo for sure,
the one they
'cause-
actually have the license for.
Yeah, that's where I was going with that.
Rambo for
You know.
sure.
Okay, so with your hawk eyes, you are making that perimeter. You've been doing this for 7 years. Like, this is muscle memory to you. And even though this is sort of new ground, you don't like I said before, you haven't done a lot of work on ships, especially on open water. But it's all the same. It's 4 walls, 4 corners, you do it all the same. And so you make it around this thicker structure that's not centered in the deck, but it is like a centerpiece. Like it draws the most attention of the eye as it towers above you. And you see, as you scan by it, you see a figure poking their head around the side of it. And they have these gigantic, frantic eyes that are staring at you and watching you magnetically.
I point my pistol at them and say, identify yourself.
And that's the moment where I believe Esoterra scrambles up on the deck. And Kat, I imagine you like run over hearing that tone from Layla. So the two of you are over on sort of the far side of the ship from Esoterra. Esoterra, you flop onto the deck after climbing a ladder as tall as an office building.
Flop is accurate.
Great work.
Thank you.
But you do see them. What do you want to do? You see 2 people that are obviously military or military adjacent, and one of them is pointing a gun at what you must assume is another person hiding behind the structure.
Hey, you 2, you over there. I'm with the press. And Esoterra just whips out a badge just hanging around their neck and it says press on it. And it's definitely photoshopped.
I was gonna say, pause. Is it real?
It's not real, but it will be convincing. I do have a feature that lets me, with advantage, try to persuade people to talk to me. I'm like, hey, I'm with the press. I've got questions. And I just stomp up towards them.
Layla glances over her shoulder when she hears the flop, and then puts her eye contact back on this other, more mysterious person. She knows what she saw flop. A young woman with sparkly hair accessories.
Big yellow raincoat.
Right. You're not subtle. Wait, so you said you stop? What'd you say you did, Layla?
I continue to point my pistol at the stranger that is more menacing.
Okay, but you've turned and you've acknowledged her.
One glance over the shoulder at the sound of the flop, and then eyes back on my first target.
Okay, and then what do you do, Thassa?
Not sensing a threat from them.
Paddington Bear.
Looks over at the large yellow coat and the flopping, and I don't necessarily know if she's really been with press before, but she kind of just mutters to Layla, "They sent the press for this?"
I will say this would probably be suspicious to you because, like, on a technical level, redemption doesn't exist.
Okay.
It's a shadow organization. So, of
And
course,
it's
you've never
not
had
like
to deal with
anyone
the press
else's-
before.
Yeah.
Thassa, perhaps you should have a chat with our yellow-coated new friend while I investigate this.
And they look young, right?
Yes. Esoterra looks probably like 19, 20.
Okay. So she kind of takes her hand off her machete and kind of sticks her thumbs in her pocket and walks over.
Are you flirting?
Are you walking towards them, Esoterra, still, or do you stop at some point? Or sorry, is Esoterra approaching y'all?
Yes, Esoterra is stomping over.
Okay.
No subtlety.
So we'll say you meet up pretty quick and you're not too far from Layla.
Who'd you say sent you?
I'm with the Zanga Times.
Zanga Times.
Yeah.
They kind of like an indie newspaper or something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Delivering unbiased news to the masses.
How'd you hear this? Why are you here?
Flips open the notebook. I should be the one asking questions.
I'm not sure you should be because
You have to identify yourself. I'm with the press. What is your name?
Over my shoulder, I'm like, I don't think that's a requirement.
Yeah,
of
I was gonna say, I
friends.
feel like we know a little bit more law on our side than you might know.
You
Please.
are welcome to do any sort of like insight check or
I think
and
she
it'll be
wants it.
bursts. It'll challenge Esoterra's if you want to do like performance or deception, up to you.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to use I'm with the press, so I get advantage when I try to convince people to talk to me and answer basic questions.
Hell yes. Hell yes.
Amazing.
Please roll with advantage.
Okay.
I love it.
I
Can't wait for Thassa to be like, sounds right.
You know what? You probably do not have to do much. I got a 3, a solid 3.
I got a
rolling so
dirty
well,
20.
Nice.
So not well. Okay, cool.
Okay. So you hear this sort of feedback from Layla, right? And you look back at Esoterra and consider all the information you've received so far and are thoroughly convinced Esoterra knows all about what they're talking about. How do you respond?
I would say I'm small town, don't do a lot on the internet except for Truck Club. So I would say that I am.
There's a Facebook group?
Yeah,
course
that's the
there
only
is.
place. It's only on Facebook. And she looks at her and yeah, you seem legit. What kind of questions do you have? Are you alone?
I am alone. A lone wolf, some might say. I go hunting for the story. I need to put something over your camera.
I'm sorry.
I hunt this story. Identify yourselves. Why are you here and what are they pointing at with their firearm?
Well, you can call me Boulder. And I'm just here to check out the boat, I guess, just like you are. It's been radio silent, so we're here to figure out why. And honestly, Layla could be pointing her gun at anything. I don't know. I just
It's a rat.
Wait, did you say they had glasses?
The eyes were human.
That's true.
I think I did actually, but
This rat is wearing glasses?
Cute.
so cute.
What a little mischief.
Oh,
But if you want to come over with me, we can all find out what the gun's being pointed at.
An armed escort. This will prove fruitful. Yes, I will join you.
Do you tend to wear bright yellow when you go on cases like these?
Yes, it keeps me from getting shot.
Also makes you a good target. Just something to think about. But all right, let's get on over.
Esoterra's like quietly sweating. Yes, I will take the armed escort. You may address me as Esoterra. That is my code name and also my username.
Username? Like on
Don't
your
worry
birth
about it.
certificate?
Yes,
That was the first thing you go to.
sure. The birth of a good story.
Layla, there's some computer news person here.
I'm handling something, Thassa.
you have
All right.
you have overheard. Y'all were close enough, and it's
Oh.
quiet enough out here that you have overheard that conversation at least to some degree. So, is there any response you kind of have to it? Thassa's dealing with it, or this person directly?
I think that Layla was simultaneously seeing if there was any response to identify yourself to the eyes. Was it really a rat? Or
Oh, I'm sorry. Can I get a response for Esoterra really quick?
Oh, pardon me.
Bounce back to the. No, you responding to Esoterra's entrance and.
Yeah, no,
Becca.
really, I was just fully focused on my first target. I'm not going to get distracted from my mission when I see something that seems like a threat versus something I clearly identified as not a threat. Full robot Rambo mode. Threat. Clearly not a threat.
So you trust Thassa to deal with it, and then you tune it out.
I trust Thassa with my truck.
Okay, perfect.
And life, obviously, in that order.
Truck before life.
Priorities,
every
yeah.
time.
So you yell, identify yourself.
I do.
And you're pointing your gun at the edge of this structure here, and we can kind of see in the background that Thassa and Esoterra started walking up behind you, and this figure stumbles out from behind the structure, and their hands are up, and they yell, "Don't shoot! Don't shoot!" And you can see it's a rat. No, it's a man. Well, what's the difference? It's a man with cropped brown hair, and he's dressed in doctor whites, but they're disheveled and they're covered in filth, grime, and spattered with what appears to be dried blood. And their eyes are incredibly wide. Like you can see white around all the edges of their pupil, and they're just panicked. You can see in their demeanor they're shaking, and their body language. And as they stumble towards you, and they're just repeating like, "Don't shoot! I'm not a danger." They lose their footing and collapse on the ground before you, Layla, in this just incredibly pathetic, trembling heap.
She looks away in embarrassment for this person as she holsters her weapon and kneels down. Hey now, you're all right. What's going on?
I think that is a good place to take a break real quick.
Do
some bios, and then we'll come back and figure out who this strange rat is.
All right, should we call it a 10?
10. Yeah.
All right, friends, we'll be back in 10 minutes. Don't go nowhere. Find out why this doctor is so bloody and scared.
And why he's a rat.
Why he's a rat.
Welcome back. Oh, hello, chat room. I was covering because you were taking a sip. I called them a chat room.
Oh, you want me to say something?
It's your show.
I thought you were going to plug the sponsor again or something.
Well, that's a great idea. Let's once again thank our sponsor, Evil Genius Productions. They currently have a Kickstarter going on, Everyday Heroes. You can see it right above my head with this sexy core rule book. Go check out the Kickstarter. There is a link in the chat. There is a link below us, either in the description or in the panel, depending on what platform you're watching on. And we're very grateful to them for sponsoring this stream. There's 9 more days of that Kickstarter, but today's the last day that you can get a free Rambo Mini with your pledge. So I'll let you decide what's the smart play here, friends.
You can be your own Rambo.
Yeah, your own Rambo that gives
Rambo you want to see in the world.
I wake up every day and say that.
Be the Rambo the world needs.
I really need a juices are forever shirt.
Juices are forever. What does it even mean?
That's what Kat said about
remember.
getting juice at the bar later.
I clipped
Juices
it.
are forever.
It's honestly up for interpretation. Whatever it needs to mean for you and your soul is what it means.
And what was the combo word that we came up with?
Combo? We had a mischief of rats. We had a helicopter gun dropping fiasco.
Topiary.
Potpourri. Trigger warning.
Trigger warning for toes.
So that's where we are.
Also, anything for the story merch would be amazing. And it's just Esoterra's glasses being pushed up.
The whole like anime shimmer.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, yes.
Oh,
Yes,
the
please
shimmer.
make it.
The shimmer makes
Anything
it.
for the story.
Also, it's been brought to my attention that I spelled everything correctly on the stream overlay except for my own gosh darn name. So that happened.
Hey,
That's
but they're
really
already
funny.
here, so they know where to find you.
They found it. They might
Not
get
the
lost.
Becca with one C.
That
I'm
was actually a
disgusted.
test. That was a test to make sure that y'all were paying attention wherever you are right now.
That's true.
And you
Critter
got it.
Nation won.
You win. Becca, you're a baka.
Becca.
Becca, you're a baka.
Eat the bacon. Eat the way to bacon.
All right.
Anyway.
Now that we've gotten that out of our systems.
Is it out of our system?
You smell like a baka. Okay, we are gonna once again part the veils of reality and re-enter our world of no mercy. And we find ourselves looking upon a scene of Layla holding a pistol. Oh no, you holstered it. So we're kind of in the midst of Layla holstering her pistol as a man cowers beneath her. Not the first time this has happened to her.
Feels like my social life.
And now, we have Thassa and Esoterra that have approached and are now. I imagine, where are y'all positioning yourselves? In not in response, in relation to. I was like, what is the word? What is the word? I forgot the word relation. In relation to Layla and Strange Cower Man.
I crouch down and get uncomfortably close.
I think when you get in, like, his face is buried, right? So when you crouch down, he doesn't notice till you're down there, and he looks over and he goes, ah, and jumps back, and his back presses up against the structure on the boat's deck.
Did you just get spooked by these folks?
Was it the yellow?
I'm just a little on the edge, okay?
Okay, we understand. Tell us what's happened to the crew. Why are you so spooked?
Well, we had picked up a couple of patients, right? It's a hospital ship. I'm a doctor. Just
we
sort
got
of,
that
like,
from the lab
jostles,
coat.
jostles his Dr. Whites at you. And we had picked up a couple patients at our last port stop. in Greenland, and we had decided that the safest place to take them and treat them was on the boat because we were worried that there would be a contagion issue. And if we kept them on the boat, then we could have a true quarantine of the potential virus. So,
Did it work?
I mean, it worked.
Then that's
Just not
good. Why would you be panicked about it if it worked out?
well, it's not working out for me or for anyone down below, but it's working out, I guess, for the world at large who has been unaffected.
So
Is
why
it like
did you
the
come?
flu? Like what is this?
Yeah, it's kind of like the flu. It's kind of like the flu, except you go into a coma. Okay. And then your body starts degenerating at an alarming pace, starting with your skin and moving inward. And your amygdala swells to the size of a fucking grapefruit.
Do I notice anything when he says skin? I take a scan of his.
Licks his lips. No. No, what?
He needs a chapstick.
I want to see if his skin has any abrasions or anything that looks like it's what he's talking about, this
He's
infection.
fully covered. So all you can see looking at him as you are now is his neck and his face and like his hands because he's gesturing and they look fine.
I do lick my lips.
No, you don't.
You said it. I'm honoring my GM's choices.
I was kidding.
Okay. Me too.
You can lick your lips. Maybe they're dry.
They were dry. I lick them because they're dry, because I know what it means when a doctor on a ship says quarantine. And I'm wondering if I should just wait for the helicopter to come back.
That's fair. And as you're kind of having this sort of like fight or flight moment inside, he continues and he goes, and then you wake back up and you've either lost the ability to communicate or you refuse to, and you're angry and you're violent and you just start ripping people apart. You're ripping their arms off, their legs off. You're digging into their faces. You're eating them. So yeah, it's kind of like the flu.
Yeah, that sounds different than the flu I know, but maybe
I'm gonna
it's different
tackle
on the
him.
sea.
Okay.
When he screams, when he goes shrill, I tackle him.
Okay. I'm just gonna say it's an auto succeed. He's like a scrawny dude. You're a trained ex-military super agent. Like, I think you successfully tackle him and grapple him. Is that
I
what you
want
do?
to take his arms, cross his wrists behind his back, and then leave him on his knees. And I'm on my knees right behind him. And then I look up at Thassa like, what do we do with this guy?
Mechanically, we'll call it a grapple.
Yes, great.
Okay. And I think he makes one very weak effort to shake you off and then just stops resisting. There, you can kind of tell again by the body language and the lack of resistance and the way he kind of goes limp in your grasp. He just doesn't have a lot of fight left.
In his ear, I say, stay calm and tell us, is anyone down there working on a cure?
I mean, we didn't know what we were dealing with. It all happened so fast, you know, by the time we could even register what the effects of the virus were, things started going south and there wasn't any time. I guess he's not gesturing anymore. I specialize in virus and contagions, but I don't have access to anything up here on the deck. Not even, the basics, let alone a lab equipment.
And you've just been hiding on this deck like a coward for weeks?
Listen, I'm not proud of what I've done, but I'm here, aren't I? And no one else is. So.
Do you think you're the only survivor?
That I'm aware of. I may have locked the door.
You're telling me you locked patients, doctors, fellow crewmates below where you knew there was a danger. A danger enough that you are panicking more than, I mean, I don't know. I've never seen this kind of thing, but you're panicking, not doing anything to help. You just left them there.
What else was I supposed to do? I'm a doctor. I'm not a whatever you are.
You certainly are not. I stand up and go to Thassa and Esoterra, and I reach in my pocket and I have half of a half-eaten granola bar. I throw on the deck in front of him.
So his hands are not bound or anything?
Nah.
Yeah, I think he just falls on it.
Pleasure to meet your acquaintance, April O'Neil.
Did you just give me a name?
No, I'm talking to Esoterra
She's talking to the
in her
yellow jacket.
raincoat.
I see. Sorry, it's my confusion.
I got you, Layla.
Esoterra doesn't even register it, like just taking notes. And it's like,
Okay, Gen Z, you never heard of mutant turtles?
They tend to be teenagers.
I guess now they're in their mid-30s millennials, actually. Still eating
They do
pizza.
age, yeah.
what are we gonna
Maybe
do?
I'm one of them. Sorry. I had a prop.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Nice to meet your acquaintance, I said.
Oh, yes. Press. I'm pressed. Who are you? I didn't get your name. You have to tell me.
Call me
It's the law.
Lieutenant Throttle.
Lieutenant Throttle.
Damn, that's gay.
Whew, sorry. It's the sea breeze. Lieutenant Throttle. All right.
This
So-
here's Lieutenant Boulder.
Right. I got her name. Okay. What exactly are you here for?
You just heard what we're here for. We're here for radio silence. I imagine that's why you got on some dinghy and came out to a boat in the middle of the ocean too?
Allegedly.
Right.
That a legal thing?
Yeah, listen, I'm trying to gather information to tell the public masses on the Senka Times. Well, all right, doctor. Do you think that
He
there's...
looks up. He has like granola bits on the corner of his mouth, and he's like like full tongue licking the wrapper.
Oh, there was some chocolate chips in it, so they were a little melted.
Good. There. It looks like he has a bit of poo
Pocket
on his
chocolate.
face.
Do you think that you could work on a cure?
Why are you laughing?
The circumstances seem...
I mean, if I had my...
has chocolate all over his face.
Oh, yeah.
It's more Esoterra, this little reporter for Zenga.
And it should be pretty easy, right? Just work on it.
Yeah, let me just go to my office on the other side of the deck, stocked with all my lab equipment, and get to work right... You know, I hadn't thought of that. In the 3 months I've been trapped here. Didn't even consider making a cure. You're
I feel like
smart.
you're using a tone of sarcasm, and I don't appreciate it. This is
I'm
a
sorry.
very important story that I'm trying to cover here.
I'm sorry. I haven't had
Listen.
a lot of human contact.
Be professional.
I'm gonna keep Esoterra's reporter badge so I can get their name.
Okay, yeah. It says Esoterra on it.
Okay, great. I wish I had put an @ sign in your lower third. Esoterra, I think you're going to want to stay behind either me or Lieutenant Boulder at all times. We don't know what's down there, and
I mean,
Boulder, I think we do need to... Excuse me, I'm talking to my associate. I'm out of granola for you.
I'm
out of granola. This one was half eaten. What's wrong with you?
Boulder, I think we gotta do a sweep for survivors. What if there are people down there?
Yeah, he doesn't know. He just left them.
Yeah, I mean...
I think he grabs your legs and he's like, you cannot open that door.
I grab his lapel. Give me the key.
His lapel? What's a lapel?
His shirt.
Oh, okay.
His collars.
Like a lapel pin.
Like for wiener?
Like I wear a tiny lapel pin that is in the shape of my truck.
Oh.
Like the president does, but the president of the Birmingham Truck Club.
Not Biden, but
the president.
No, I'm pretty sure
what president are you speaking of?
The president of the truck club is also named Biden, first name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Biden be riding.
Biden B. Riding. His middle initial is B.
Just B.
We call him BB riding. Anyways.
Okay, Boulder, are you prepared for me to open this door? It feels like the only option.
You can't. It's locked.
Oh.
Unlock
Great.
it.
I can't, and also I won't. So
where's the
You
key?
mean to tell me you're gonna tell us both that you will not open the door? How are we supposed to save the people if we can't get under there?
There's nothing to save. Have you not been listening to me?
Pardon me.
I don't think you're in the right mind, sir.
I hope
If
you don't find
think
me.
I'm in the right mind, you really don't want to meet the people in the decks below. They're not even people anymore.
Then what do you propose we do, Doctor? You want us to leave people that have been starving?
Away. You're here. You're here to save me, right? Take me out of here.
We are. But we gotta wait till our copter comes back because you got this 60s boat that doesn't have a helipad. Why didn't they put in helipads?
You should update.
You should update.
Why would we need a helicopter? We make frequent port stops.
Didn't port stop this time, did you?
Well, that's because the nav got turned off
Okay.
for the quarantine.
Well, that is an interesting point. Good thing between Boulder and I, we've got internal nav, so it shouldn't be an issue. Maybe you can take us instead to the engine room and we can chart a course for this ship to go to port, because that is the only way we're going to save the people down there. I'm no doctor. And you don't seem to be honoring your Hippocratic oath.
Fuck the Hippocratic Oath. This is something that we have never dealt with on a scale that is potentially unimaginable if this reaches any sort of shoreline. I'm not gonna help you do that.
Tassa's kind of done with him, and like she's here to save people. She goes over to the door and presses her ear to it to see if she can hear anything.
To the locked door. Okay.
Yeah,
give me a perception check.
All right. 17.
Yeah, you hold your ear to it, and it's kind of like for a moment you're having to close out the sound around you. I think they're still having a bit of a bicker behind
And I mean,
you.
there's water and
Yeah, and then you kind of tune in to that sound beyond the door, and it's sort of like a thrumming, a humming noise. Kind of like just room noise. You don't really hear any movement. And it's like that for a while. And then you do hear like the faintest thump. but from what you can tell, it's nowhere near the door you are listening at.
Layla, I hear something. It's not much, but it could be a person. It could be anything down there. I'm not hearing a bunch of chaos or anything, so...
Yeah, I
I'm
think
sure everybody's ripped apart by now.
When you say ripped apart, are you speaking metaphorically?
No, I'm not.
How does someone rip someone apart?
I don't know. It's like when the virus takes over and they get up from the coma, it's like it's physically changed their bodies. Their muscles, their bones, it just completely takes over the host and does whatever it wants with it. The strength exhibited in these people after they change, it's indescribable.
All right. Well, perhaps the safest course of action is if we sit tight, wait for Rochelle to swing back on by. Once she's here, we'll go out, we'll have juices. Tomorrow, we'll come back with a medical team, but we'll send them ahead.
Layla, we can't keep them here. If they've been here for 3 months, they're
You make
in
a
need of
great
help
point.
now.
All right, Layla is tired of inaction, and so she's going to take one of her grenades and say, "Stand back, Esoterra. Give me 20 feet." And I'm going to throw a grenade at this locked door.
Okay,
Holy
perfect. Well, let's see if you hit the door first and foremost.
Okay.
Let me pull up the grenade things.
I will say Thassa probably kind of grabs Esoteric kind of like an arm underneath the shoulders and like lifts
Yeah.
and starts walking back and again goes, "She does this," and just like starts walking back on the ship. Like semi-carrying, semi-dragging.
Esoterra is only 5 foot tall, so this
Yeah.
is super easy.
Perfect. Yeah. I'd say that Layla and Thassa are probably around the same height and build, probably.
We built. We real
Yeah,
built.
we kind of built.
They
I'm just
ripping
gonna-
bodies down there, and so are we up here.
I'm gonna say this is a ranged attack, so you'll add your dexterity bonus, right? And then if you have any proficiency in ranged weapons or nades or something.
Interesting. And this is how fighting will always go?
What do you mean?
It's just purely dex?
No, it's your dex bonus plus whatever your normal ranged attack modifier is.
I'm not sure my ranged attack modifier. I don't see that on my sheet here. But we'll just give it a roll and see what happens.
I think it's like 10 plus your dex bonus plus your proficiency bonus if you have proficiency in grenades.
I do not have proficiency in grenades.
Okay, so I think it's 10 plus your ability.
Oh, sorry. I have equipment proficiencies in advanced and military.
I was gonna say, I think you do.
yeah.
So that would, I think
so-
that would make it expertise. So I'm
so
gonna
roll
add
a
it twice?
d20, add your dex bonus, and add your proficiency bonus.
All right. Even if it's expertise.
Oh, that means you get to roll twice? Did you roll another 20?
No, it's a 17 minus
Okay.
1 dex plus 2 proficiency, but I have not just equipment, not just advanced, but military, which is a step beyond. So I think I would, if for expertise, add my proficiency twice. Yes? Mm-hmm. Okay, perfect. So that is a dirty 20 when I throw this grenade.
Okay. Are you still rolling twice?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay, got it.
Wait, sorry.
I was confused.
Why would I roll twice? Sorry.
I don't know. I thought that's what you said.
add
Grenades.
proficiency twice for
just-
expertise.
okay.
Chucking grenades.
So I think that I watch Boulder take Esoterra back. I see that the doctor is doing the same. And then with my back facing the door, I drop down into a frog pose, put one leg out to the side, slide around, and as I'm spinning, I release the grenade. It looks super sweet.
It looks super sweet. So yeah, you I believe if you hit, then it hits the target. Rolls of 10 or higher. In the desired location. Yeah, so you got over 10. So you're good to go. We don't have to roll to see where it where it actually lands. So go ahead and roll damage for me. 3d8.
Easy as pie.
And this has a PV, a penetration value, if you will.
Thank you.
of 3.
Amen. 12.
12. And then let me check.
Is that enough penetration value
All
for
right.
you? Is it an honest question? I don't know why.
No, it is. I was trying to look at destroying cover. A melee weapon or explosive can be used to destroy cover so long as the penetration value of the weapon, wink, is greater than the armor value of the cover. And I think it is. So yeah, I think you do this pretty fast, and you didn't really inspect the lock before you did it.
Yeah, no, I did not.
I'm not even sure how you found the door, but you did, I guess.
Oh. we can step backwards.
We'll just say, that was in the TLDR. We found the door.
I saw
a door grenade.
I think I
That's a
read
door
the
grenade.
eyes of the doctor, and he was like, "You can't even open the door; it's locked." And his eyes glanced over in the direction.
Yes. Yeah. I believe you are correct.
This guy didn't go to acting school.
I also went and listened to it, so.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, was Layla paying attention to you? I guess is that
Always. Every second of the
We
day.
got
That's my
each
ride or
other,
die.
We got
Doctor.
each other.
I never lose sight of that ass.
Trucks and besties.
That's right. Okay, so yeah, you throw it out the door. And I think what happens is it's the door blows back, right? It hits it, there's an explosion. I think there's a chance like maybe the doctor did not get no one gave him a heads up or helped him out of the way like you helped Esoterra. So I think he gets a bit of the blowback too. And kind of starts, he's started walking away, and then when it goes off, he just gets pushed forward and is prone on the deck again. And I think what happens is the door kind of like caves in. It was made of like a super thick metal, and it just sort of like splinters inward, and there's these jagged shards that are now kind of pointed inwards, like sort of like a death crown of some sort. But what happens also in that moment is there's the explosion, and then there's the distinct clattering of like a heavy metal mechanism that hits the deck and slides. And that's what you hear as the sort of smoke clears.
Can I inspect the mechanism that hit the deck?
Yeah, you kind of like
As
go
we're slow
towards-
and patiently moving forward.
Do you try to grab it?
I'm going to look at it first.
Okay.
I see you're tempting me.
I just want to give you some burn damage. That's all I want.
I know.
Okay, yeah, you look at it and it's what you maybe got a glimpse of this. Again, you acted really quickly, so I don't know if you did, but maybe sort of like in your subconscious lizard brain, you saw this on the door before you blew it up. But it's some sort of heavy duty locking mechanism that has some sort of mechanical property to it. And it's in one piece and appears unharmed and unopened.
Excellent.
You did not break the lock. You broke the door.
I'm gonna pocket this thing.
Okay. It's pretty big. Do you have like a pack or?
I think trained redemption officers never leave the house without being kitted out, and I do have a soldier's kit, which includes a backpack. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So you can
Military backpack.
backpack that, and when you pick it up,
I'm kind of gonna use maybe there's like some sort of jacket or the arms of my one work suit. So I'm got a little layer of protection between me and the hot metal.
Oh, I see. I will say it's cool by now.
Somebody was trying to burn me just moments ago.
If you didn't fall for my trap the first time, shame on me. But when you pick it up with whatever kind of safety you choose to do so, you do realize that there is sort of like an embossed stamp in the center of this complex locking mechanism in the shape of an anchor.
Ooh.
And that's just something you clock before you put it away.
Does Esoterra, with her love of trinkets, notice this one?
Do I perceive this?
I mean, are you trying
I'm
to
very
hide
nosy.
Layla?
No. I actually hold it up to them both.
Okay, then yeah, you perceive.
You see Esoterra whip out their notebook and is just like doing a sketch of it. And then question marks all around the anchor shape.
And I think in the background that the doctor is on his knees and just gently sobbing.
Oh my god.
What is this?
That's
just
pathetic.
thrusting it in his face. What is this anchor symbol?
Oh, you're showing him the drawing?
Yeah.
He sits up and wipes some like snot off his face and looks at it, and he was like, I don't know, the captain is I don't know, a bit of an eccentric when it comes to security, and he had these locks on things that he felt were his spaces or his things, and this was one of them, and I took it to use on the door. And I don't know, it has a anchor on it, and the key also has an anchor on it, so I guess it's just to help him remember or something.
Well, I guess now that the door's open, you're not needing that key anymore, so if you wouldn't mind handing over my new key to go with my new lock.
Can you give me an intimidation?
Oh boy, can I?
Anyone who wants to help too
I was
can.
gonna say, I think Thas is probably gonna
Yeah.
help.
How do you assist?
18. Oh.
I think it's more of a body language type deal, kind of like making yourself a little bit bigger and getting closer behind Layla. Just kind of like there's a little bit of a flex there to help the help the intimidation value
I love
of it. Because he's scrawny and tiny, like I will crush you.
I love it. So yeah, you both put the heat on him, and I mean, you got an 18, so you don't need to re-roll, but you know, Thas is backing you up, so it's you did a good job, and it was punctuated by by Thassa, by the muscus, and he relents at some point and reaches into the small pocket on his Dr. White's and hands it over, and he doesn't even look at you while he does it.
I put it into the pocket of my pants.
Take 1d4 burn damage.
What?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, I'll do it. I like it.
No, I was kidding.
Ooh.
It was a he.
Oh my gosh, it's an infected key.
The key's got the virus.
The key, it's ripping you apart.
Oh my god, it ripped your arm off.
Little does he know, I've not been only working out my body and my mind, but my immune system. There's no way you could give me this virus.
Oh my
on a
god,
key.
I've been taking that ivermectin.
And eating oranges.
I got it from Truck Club, from Jim at Truck Club.
What did you say, Stella? All the juice.
The juice from our juice bar.
Juice
Yes.
forever. Juice is
Exactly.
forever.
Juice
Juice is forever.
And he's sort of slumping there defeatedly and doesn't really say anything.
So, before we head out down there, where's the most likely place that people would be surviving? You know it better than we would. We don't know what's down there, and we're prepared to fight, but
Like I said, I don't think anyone is surviving on any level.
there's gotta be
But-
a chance.
The lower levels Definitely not. That was the first place that people ran. The medical decks are on the first two, and the deck didn't seem like an option, so everybody went down. And as it got worse, we started closing off decks to try and contain this thing. And there's just not a lot left.
When you
There's
came,
some
when you
personal. No, you go ahead.
when you came and locked the door, what level did you last see the infection spread to?
1 or 2. I mean, it's not like there was a beginning and an end, or a start or a finish. It was everywhere, but we just tried to contain it wherever we could. And I don't know what you want me to tell you.
And that was it. That's all
When's
I needed to know.
Where's the last place that you saw the captain?
I don't know. I think he either locked himself in the bridge or in his quarters.
I have to tell you, as a civilian, this lock is really weird. I have questions.
I told you he's eccentric.
Yeah, I have questions.
Okay.
How does this spread? Have you figured anything out about that? What should we be careful of besides being ripped apart?
That's the big one.
Yeah, that
but
one's noticeable, but
we
other
think
precautions.
We think it's through saliva. So I would avoid
Kissing.
kissing, and I would avoid getting bit.
Noted.
Hear
Layla's
that,
gonna
Layla?
put
No
on
kissing.
the sleeves of her work. What are they called? Jumpsuit. The sleeves of her work jumpsuit. When he says bitten.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea to cover as much skin as possible. And if you have any sort of vest, now would be a good time to put them on.
I, in fact, do have a ballistic armor vest, and I'll pull it out of my backpack and put it on.
I will say, mechanically, that will not protect you from bites because it is specifically for ballistics.
You never know who's throwing grenades.
I'm just telling you above game.
You never
Above
know
game.
I
who
love
could
it.
possibly throw a grenade at you.
That's true.
Zombie cast
He's
gun.
got a gun. Oh, jeez.
We'll say Vasa pulls out like her military jacket and kind of to put another layer between
Okay.
her and teeth, and also puts on her vest because she doesn't know.
You see
What they can
Esoterra take off her yellow raincoat and turn it inside out. And now it's a dark purple.
Ooh.
I guess that's almost camouflage.
And then they open their little knapsack and pull out 2 more and hand it out to both Layla and Thassa. I'm going to use one of my plans. I am a mastermind, so I'm going to use one of my genius points to enact a plan.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
I love that clipboard.
Yes. I'm a gamer.
Yeah.
Check out my gamer board.
You should look at the picture. Okay. They'll never see us coming. With an action, you and any allies you choose gain a +10 bonus to stealth checks. We leave no footprints or traces of our passing. It
How
lasts
long?
10 minutes.
And no hint of.
Yeah, no traces of us.
Not even a potpourri scented linger.
Nope.
You're safe.
How
from the
dare you.
topiary.
How dare you? Okay, I've got that down. 10 minutes. Okay. Any other prep or is anyone else?
I just
Saying
want to know,
anything?
is Esoterra wearing pants?
Yes.
Or I didn't know if it was like a what goes with
A
the
skirt
yellow.
scenario.
jumpsuit.
Yeah.
Okay, definitely wearing, all right. They are wearing red chucks and high over the knee socks, and they're wearing some hot pants.
That's what I needed to know.
Typical journalism attire, as it were.
I'm with the press.
I assume all pretty bright colors.
Well, I've got my black shroud now, my purple
yes.
shroud.
Your purple shroud.
Plus 10 stealth.
Everybody knows purple, yellow, and red all go really well together.
Yeah.
They do. Iconic.
I mean, they don't go bad together, do they?
It really depends on the shades.
I mean, I don't know.
Sure.
We'll go with that.
I mean, purple is made from red.
Whoa.
Yes, it is.
Ooh, I have a question for the GM.
That's me.
I'm a know-it-all. That's
Yeah,
actually
you are.
literally one of my things. I get advantage on all checks to recall information. I would like to recall information about what I know about what sounds like zombies.
You want to? Okay. Yeah. Okay.
What do I roll?
To recall, I mean, what would that be like?
On B-roll.
Insight?
Natural
be?
sciences, not insight. I would maybe say just like a straight up intelligence or wisdom. Let me check. Investigation.
Yeah, we ain't got no history around here. It's social.
What if you did like computers to see how good the research was into the topic?
Yeah.
That's
Or
that's
no,
when
you don't
when
have
you're
to.
actually trying to like
actually
manipulate
use a computer. Okay.
Yeah.
I've got an argument for social sciences because if you're studying
Okay.
culture, then you're studying film, and it's a pretty big genre of film.
I'm fine with that.
Okay. 15 and 8. 15 plus 5, dirty 20.
All right. What are you trying to recall about zombies?
So the doctor has said bite equal bad, saliva equal bad. Is there any other thing that I can recall that might be helpful in our situation going in?
As far as like what to avoid, I think maybe you're thinking back over the many zombie films you've ingested, and it seems like headshots are usually a good move, and they seem to be vulnerable to fire to some degree, or at least easily lit up. What else are zombies like? I think the other issue here is that there's no guarantee that these zombies are like the ones that you've seen in the cinema, or that they're zombies at all.
Through extensive research, don't ask where, I've attained this information. I have it on good authority that headshots and fire will benefit us the most if we come into contact with what sounds like very terrifying creature people.
Headshots and fire. Two things I know best. All right. You're growing on me, kid.
Okay.
Okay.
I like that. Stoic.
After you.
Of course, Layla will not waste a moment to go in first. Using a stealthy walk and pulling out her pistol yet again. And you know what? I'm going to put the machete in the other hand.
Okay.
Double fist.
Dual wielding. Double fisting. Just like at the juice bar.
Is your machete a one-handed weapon?
You know what? These are details that I did not copy down. It's slashing.
I think so because it doesn't mention two-handed.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay.
So,
I've never used a machete, so I don't know.
yeah, you
with
just
muscles
kinda
like
whack.
these, I can hold it in one.
That's true. I forgot about the tries. They're looking good.
It's not a sword. They're like, 18-inch blade.
it's definitely a
wishes
hack
it
and
was a
slash
sword.
type.
Yeah. It's for gardening.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's why I keep mine under my bed
Yeah.
for gardening.
Do you really have a machete under your bed?
Yes, I do. Mess with me. mess with me.
Ah.
I just feel like I've been in your home this close to death. Wow, I didn't
No,
know.
you were always safe. I was protecting you.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, so everybody's following Layla in.
Yeah.
Do you all do anything about the doctor who no one asked his name?
I did not.
No.
Didn't give him one.
Before we go, can I get your name?
I'm so glad you asked now that I've scrolled completely past this information. Yeah, I don't know what it matters. We're all going to die here, but it's Barrington Peterson.
Oh God.
No.
You can
That's
just call
two
me
last
Barry.
names, I say over my shoulder.
Well, I didn't pick it, okay?
People just call you Bear?
No, Barry
Bear. Oh, that
with a
makes
Y
sense.
on the end. I mean, they did call me that. Back when there was people to call me things.
You
There
will
might
see
still be
people again.
people. Just go stand on that side of the deck.
Here, don't lose this. I'll give him my smut book.
Amazing.
I really don't feel in the mood for this.
And I'll give him a bottle of hand sanitizer. We'll be back soon.
You gave him your whole
there's
bottle?
Just as
It's like a travel size one.
yeah.
How
I
many
think
of those
as
do
you
you-
walk away, he's got the hand sanny in one hand and the smut book in the other, and he's just looking back and forth. And you know, you all do not notice, but we the viewers see a single tear slide down his cheek.
I just put together
the story.
what the
I
sanitizer was for.
Pierre in chat said, I haven't eaten in weeks. Here's some soap and a porno magazine. It's not a porno magazine. It's like ACOTAR, right? I'm assuming it's like high fantasy fairy smut.
Yeah,
book or
like
something,
it's tasteful. It literally says a first edition of a rare book and a tasteful bookmark. So it's the good stuff.
Okay. Got it.
Tasteful.
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 Tasty.
Tasty. I was gonna say that. We every character licks their lips. I have control over that.
I was demonstrating.
Thank you, Becca. And now for the demonstration. Okay, so everyone's going down with that. Okay, Becca. We didn't need the zoom. And why'd you do it so slow? That was the least sexy thing I've ever seen.
You have to put the video on
Struggling
two
not to
times
laugh.
speed.
Just
We'll
get to the
edit
end
it
of
in
this lip.
You have beautiful lips, Becca. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
I'm crying again.
We're back. I'm sorry. Anything else though before we're going down, baby, Yoshi and the Rainbow?
Looking around, does it look like there's anything that could be made into kind of a weapon of sorts? We hear headshots, but Thassa also knows that we're gonna be kind of in a boat, probably close quarters. So like it's really possible that we're not gonna want to be firing weapons.
Sure, yeah.
And so she wants something more. She has the machete, but she also would like to have like something to like beat across, like whether it's like, I'm assuming there's not like a baseball bat, but maybe like a plank she can break and like make into like
Right.
an aggressive weapon.
It is mostly metal. Give me an investigation.
Okay. Or if she can
I
break
see what
a
you did
pipe.
there.
What am I doing?
Investigation.
Oh,
Happy Pride.
There we go.
That's a 12.
Yeah, 12. I think you can look around and like nearby, just sort of the makeup of the ship is sort of like metal beams, metal lines, metal. So I think maybe what you see is not like necessarily a melee weapon, but you see like a durable bit of
Like, is there a handrail maybe?
Well, okay, so let's say on the handrail, but it's like the safety line on the handrail, but it's made of like a thick braided metal.
Okay.
And part of it's come loose.
Yeah. As she can hack at part of it to get it fully off with like a machete if you want that.
So I think you have yourself kind of a more intense version of like a mobster's piano string.
Perfect.
You know what I mean? A cheese, what do they call that? Cheese string?
Garrote.
A nice little
A groat? For real?
Garrote.
garrote.
For
This
real?
is-
G-R-O-T?
Stella knows about the mischiefs, and I know about the garrotes.
Usually
Oh,
a
you know about that
handheld
too.
ligature of chain rope, scarf, wire, or fishing line used to strangle a person. Why do you know that, Becca?
Why don't you know that?
Becca's like, I don't have to answer you. I have lips.
We're getting ready for our mobster next shot. So
You have a makeshift garrote.
perfect. I've dreamt of that. Okay.
And it's a really thick, but you can wrap it a little bit.
Wrap it around. Okay. So she kind of
Um,
wraps it around her fist a little bit and then
Yeah.
has the machete in the other.
Yeah, love it. Huge gay. All right. So you trail kind of behind maybe because you double back to get yourself an improvised weapon there. Okay, and everybody's good now? All right, yeah.
I'll
and
wait and
leave-
see what I need when it's
Yeah.
down there.
you
I don't like
leave-
to prepare too much.
Fassa
Old
kind of
Barry
just
boy
shouts at the
behind.
doctor, just says, just wait for us on the edge. We'll be back.
Yeah, well, you don't have to tell me twice. And then sort of pauses and then cracks open the book a little bit. Okay, so as you enter the blast that you've created in the door, we'll call it the blast hole.
I always do.
You see that it opens up into a stairwell, and it's gotten a bit of air since the blast, but not much time realistically has passed. And as you step into it and start taking a couple steps down the first steps of the stairway, the smell of like rot and decay hits you in these abrasive waves after waves, and the fluorescent lights that are meant to be lighting this stairwell are flickering, and various bits of debris are lying strewn around. It just looks like a struggle has taken place here. And as you pick your way down the stairs, you find yourself having to step over corpses, where when you look down at them and between the sort of like blinking lights of the fluorescent bulbs, the flesh on the corpses appears to be burned off, peeled off, dematerialized. It's not there. And instead is left sort of this like human shape made purely of sinew and elongated bones and malformed muscles. And no two of them are exactly the same. They're like snowflakes. You make it to the first landing of the stairwell, and the door on that landing reads Deck 1 Medical. And then there's sort of like a logo of the ship's name, Mercy, at the top. And in blood, somebody has scrawled no in front of it. And if you peer down the center of the stairway, you can catch a glimpse of these identical doors on each level below you until it just starts descending into pitch blackness around what you kind of can gather based on the height of this floor you're at now, probably level 5 or 6.
And when we look down the stairwell, can we see any other doors that say no from our vantage point?
Not from your vantage point. In total, in front of the word mercy, it just reads no mercy.
Oh, I thought it was saying don't go in here.
Yes. Sorry. Let me clarify. I mean, it could mean that, but it's scrawled seems deliberately in front of the word mercy.
Oof. Something in here is not right, just as that doctor said.
Yeah. You don't hear anything, do you?
Can I listen?
Yeah, definitely hold your
Can we all kind of?
Yeah.
fucking
I open my ears.
Well, in like a very cautious.
Yeah.
I feel
y'all
because
are-
I feel like we're kind of alert going down, and I mean, once you see bodies, I feel like
I imagine
another
you were
sense
being
is
careful.
opened.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want to listen to the door, it is again another metal door. Probably not to the same thickness as the one you blew up, but you know, durable.
Can I do a perception?
Yes. You're trying to listen at the door.
Just a 9.
Okay.
I got 16.
16.
When you what?
Ooh.
21.
I think I had a grenade ringing in my ear.
Yeah, you probably were a
think
little
you
too
all
close.
did. Okay. So the two of you listen on the door, and again, it's sort of that humming noise again. That the thrumming of it's sort of just like the vibrations from the belly of the ship that are working its way up into the metal and to your ear. But Esoterra, you hear that, and similarly to what was heard earlier, you hear very quietly, almost imperceptibly, a thump and a drag. And you cannot tell how close or far away from the door it is. You don't know if it was something quiet up close or something loud far away. But you heard something.
Shh. Wait. I hear something. There's movement behind this door. I don't know how close or far, but there's definitely something moving, at least.
Does it sound fast or
Just
panicked or anything?
I don't know. But if we're looking for something, I think it starts here.
All right.
Do you have any weapons?
I do. Opens. Very seriously opens her knapsack, and in close proximity you can see that there are actually a surprising number of like medical supplies in there. There's bandages, there's more hand sanitizer, and she pulls out a taser. They look very serious. I made this myself. Tried
You
and
made
true.
that taser?
Yes.
What?
Why not?
What kind
I'm
of...
a nerd.
Do you like find blueprints online or something? There's some guys in
probably
Truck Club that are on a Facebook group like that.
Called homemade tasers?
That is the name. That is the title of the group is Homemade Tasers.
Oh, you're part of that group too. Cool.
No, I'm not a part. I just heard about it from Truck
We've
Club.
seen it one time.
Oh.
Yeah, somebody showed it to me. It was Jim.
Oh, Jim. Classic Jim.
Yeah,
Fucking Jim.
Jim.
You might want to keep that taser in hand, homemade or not.
Okay.
All right. My hands are double fisted. I'll cover whoever gets that door.
Is it locked or is it just a closed door?
It is a closed door, and it has two metal handles on it that are being barred closed by a metal pipe of some sort.
Oh,
Perfect.
we should give Esoterra the
that's it.
pipe. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So Thassa carefully removes it as trying not to make too much noise. And kind of turns to Esoterra and goes, "Would you rather this, the machete, or this, the pipe?
Which one's heavier?
I'm assuming the pipe, probably, depending on how big it is. If it's just like a boat pipe. I don't know.
Pipe.
One of them boat
I
pipes.
think they're probably pretty equa heavy.
Okay.
I don't think machetes are light, right?
I don't
Again,
work out.
It's
so-
one-handed, but, you know.
Well, what if Esther uses the machete two-handed?
You can do
Okay, yeah, Esoterra's like, I'll take the sword.
It's a machete.
It's not
but
a sword.
It's a
It's
sword.
not a sword.
It's a sword.
Well,
This- now
actually,
that
the way
you've
they're holding it, it kind of looks like a sword.
That does look like a machete, though.
That looks like a sword. Yeah,
It's a sword.
you're holding it like a sword. Whatever. Just when you do it, make sure you pull your full body into it. Put pressure behind it.
Right foot forward.
You, Cat, do you have proficiency in improvised weapons?
Myself,
You as a person? No, your character.
I
That's
personally
what
do.
is the weapon.
No, it's the only thing I don't have proficiency with. So that's
Oh,
good.
no.
Well, it seems very how about you just add it really quick? It seems like it's
Oh my god!
part of
Oh,
her.
I'm sorry.
That's a
It was
nice
smudged.
gin.
I do actually have it.
It seems like part of her persona.
My digital sheet was smudged, but I
That can happen.
Oh my goodness.
It's a
Pixels went out.
thin check mark.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so you're taking the machete, Esoter?
Yes.
Okay. The door is unbarred. Now Thassa is armed with some sort of beefy
Pipe and some
shit pipe.
chains. And since the handles are here, I'm assuming it's a pull door. So she's gonna.
If it's a push, we could do a moment. We eyes lock. We each lean our backs against one side of the double door. And on the moment, we push open.
Okay, it's a push door.
Oh, cool.
It is now. Oh, as soon as I remove the bars, handle's gone.
It's one of them.
Double way. Yeah,
The Western, the saloon doors.
The doors go both ways.
Because you got to push the gurneys through.
Where's your
and stuff.
sticky?
Happy Pride.
Where's your sticky?
These are some bisexual doors right here.
All right. So they're by doors.
They're actually pan doors. They go in all directions.
No, they don't.
It's a circle door. We have to take turns going.
It's like at a bank.
One person at a time, please.
Oh my god.
Yes, we can do the double door, pushing through back
Love
to
it.
back.
Okay, and what are you doing, Esoterra?
Just gotta, like, I don't want to get smacked by the doors when they clear it, so I'm just gonna, like, really quickly follow between them.
Good call. Okay, so I think since y'all are doing this maneuver, the doors like slap open and hit the walls on the other side really hard, and it's like this almost this like crack of thunder that travels down the hallway, which is you imagine likely the length of the entire ship. So it just bounces and bounces and bounces, and it's like it's like when you drop a penny down a well you don't know how deep it is. And you're like, there's some point where you're like, oh my God, the well doesn't have a bottom. But yeah, eventually it stops. But I think in that moment, all of you are frozen by that clap. And then as it quiets down, you kind of take in the scene. There is more fluorescent lighting. It's stable, but it's come like hooked from the ceiling or unmounted, and there's several of them that are just like swaying with what you imagine is like the movement of the ship on the waves, and it's creating this sort of like eerie lighting effect where you can see the right wall and then that goes into darkness, and you can see the left wall and then that goes into darkness. So you're getting sort of this like pendulum vision as your eyes adjust.
How do they
And-
perform surgery with this lighting?
This is a school for
Doctors go
ants.
through a lot of doctors go through a lot of training. They're ready for anything.
And then again, you all hear that distant thump and drag noise, but with the empty echoing of the metal hallway, it's impossible for you to discern where exactly it's coming from, and it's also being muddled by the tandem echo of the doors slapping open.
We can't even tell if it's from the stairwell behind us or from the room.
Well, it's
in
definitely in
front
front of you. It's definitely in front of you.
Oh, okay.
But you
Yes.
can't be like, is it in this room? Is it at the opposite end of the ship?
That's what I heard. That noise.
Lead the way, good ears.
Shit.
Can I get a perception check from everyone?
8. Haha.
19.
5.
All right. I think Layla, you're just like in the zone, like you were doing the sweep earlier. Like that's how you operate. So you're not looking in the right places. And Esoterra, I think maybe again you're like, what the fuck have I gotten myself into? But Thassa, being the boulder that she is maintaining the cool and a grip on the surrounding. And I think as your eyes adjust to that strange pendulum light, it becomes clear to you that the floor you previously thought was either just shrouded in darkness or made from some sort of dark metal is covered corner to corner with corpses. And some of them are beginning to twitch. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Dies in trouble.
We're dead. We're dead. We're dead.
Come on.
I think they're alive.
Oh.
13.
11.
Should write this down, huh?
If you want.
13. Who said 11?
Thassa.
I got a matching 11, just like home.
Always the
Whose
same.
dex is higher? Or dex modifier or whatever.
I'm -1.
I'm +2.
Okay, so we'll do Thassa and then Layla. I did not have my dice ready either. Okay. All right. So you notice the twitching. How do you like alert your team?
I'm assuming we're pretty close to each other, so she doesn't use her words or anything. She just kind of elbows, like she'll elbow Layla and kind of with her chained hand do the nice little 2-finger point.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm assuming that, well, I guess, I don't know if Esoterra is kind of in that panic, like looking around and would notice me kind of acting strange and like quietly like pointing. I'm not trying to subtly point. I'm trying to just quietly, no noise.
Okay. Well, y'all have been one way or another. It has been brought to your attention, and I'm sure quickly, if your eyes are open, it becomes clear that some of the body, like the floor, is made of bodies, and some of those bodies are slowly but surely shuffling to their feet. Esoterra, you actually go first. So, what do you do?
Okay. I'm going to use one of my genius points to enact a plan. Using an action, I'm going to use the plan Expect the Unexpected, and I get +3 defense until whenever we decide to rest. So my defense rating goes up to 16 now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's very, very good. So essentially, the way that Esoterra is going to expect the unexpected here is they are going to dive down and hide behind something.
Okay. It is a corridor. I don't know that there's a lot to hide behind.
I hide behind Layla.
Okay. The other option is like you could pull one of the open doors shut and corner yourself.
I'll hide behind Layla.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so Esoterra moves back and hunkers down behind Layla. Anything else with your turn?
Nope.
All right.
I'll just have my
Thassa.
weapons ready.
Yeah. Thassa, at this point, you were the first to notice what was going on, and you're doing the counting at this point, and you're like 1, 2, 3. You're counting up to like at least a dozen of them are righting themselves at this moment.
Okay. And how far away are the doors to the next section?
At the other end of the hallway, that is not something you can perceive.
Okay.
It's like the hallway is likely as long as the ship.
Okay. Then.
But there are doors, on the sides of the corridor.
Yeah. If there's no real noise or anything coming from, I guess, the closest door, like behind me or something, not, I guess that would be the doors that we just came through, but like the closest room that seems quiet and not really movement. I don't know if I can perceive that as my turn and then run towards it.
I feel like, you might have a little time before they fully get to their feet. So if you wanted to spend your action to do a perception check on the nearest door, you probably have about 6 seconds to do that.
I'll do that because I think she's counting the numbers and that's not really turning in her favor right now. 14?
Yeah, I think you, well, hold on. Let me roll something. Yeah, you hold your ear to the door and you're not totally certain, but you think you hear gentle movement on the other side of that door.
Thick. That's good.
But that's your action. Do you have any bonus action or anything you want to do with your free action?
I don't think so. I think she is going to try to kind of just get ready and put another barricade, another body in front of Esoterra. Because if there's one thing she can do, she can try to defend, but she doesn't want to run into the battle right now.
Yeah. So you help body block Esoterra. Okay. Great. Now it is your turn, Layla.
Layla sees this movement and she knows what a survivor looks like, and she knows what a corpse wiggling around with melted skin looks like, and she's gonna go to the closest moving one, take the machete over her head and plow it down right into its core.
All right, roll the hit.
All right, remind me, what's my modifier? Is that my strength?
Your strength, and then if you're proficient with your machete, you would add an additional +2.
Oh, you know I am. So, so we're adding a total of 5 for a 7.
Well, Esoterra has something to share with you.
So I activate my ability. You're doing it wrong. When an ally misses an attack, I can use my reaction to give you a reroll if I tell you what you did wrong.
Please tell us what Layla did wrong.
Are you, Becca, okay with this?
I love this.
Okay.
Thank you for checking.
Thank you for checking.
Esoterra goes, no, wait, to your left.
I did stab just the body bag that it had crawled out of and not the body.
Oh my god.
I used a different die that rolled a 10.
That hits. Let's go. How do you wait? Roll damage.
Oh, my machete is. Oh, 1d6. Come on. 6.
Describe it.
I look at Esoterra and I give her an eye roll. Like, obviously, I was going left next. But I don't say that out loud. And I rear back, and this time I slash. I take one step forward, foot in the crotch of this wiggling corpse, and I stab at the neck and pull down.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, it collapsed. It hadn't gotten up very far, but any movement it was experiencing, it collapses and lies still. And a fresh wave of stench punches you in the face as what remains of its brain starts leaking out.
Layla breathes it in and feels it as a sign of accomplishment.
Seems healthy. Anything else?
That's it for Layla.
All right, it is my turn. And they're all gonna move on the same one. And I think you hit the nearest one. So I'm going to say in this moment, during their turn, they all managed to get to their feet. You know, it takes some work, and there's like some jerking and twitching, and sort of like you can hear the bones cracking, and you can see some of them as the pendulum of the light swings by, like rib bones cracking out as if they had been laying dormant on the ground for a little while. And they're not breathing, but they're having some sort of animated life breathed back into them. And moans escape what remains of their throats. A lot of them are exposed in some way. And if you can hear the noise, there's a good chance you can see the vibrations against what remains of their vocal cords. And then I think all of them are going to move closer to you, all of you, about 10 feet. So you hit the closest one. We'll say 10 feet closer. The next closest one is now about 5 feet from Layla and Thassa.
So they're going into the darkness as far as we can see down the boat. Just a whole grip of them all stand at once.
It gets dark as you look farther down the corridor, and it's like as the bodies are coming up, they're also sort of blocking your view. So Thassa, I don't know, Thassa didn't communicate this to you, but what they saw was maybe like a dozen that were getting up, but realistically, you do not know the extent. One down, though.
Boulder.
That's a win.
What do you think about retreat as an option?
If you can find a safe place to go, I think that's better.
Roger.
All right.
Not my turn.
It is now Esso's turn.
Okay. Esoterra is going to sidle up. Is there any creature that's moving close enough into Layla's range?
Yeah, I'd say the one that moved forward, you could easily approach at this point.
Okay. Esoterra just double fisting this machete sword comes like running up, charging, and tries to slam it into the zombie right next to Layla.
Yeah. Rolled a hit plus your strength bonus, but no proficiency bonus.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll and do a -1. That's an 11.
That hits.
Okay. The machete was a die 6.
Yes. I'm just gonna tell y'all now, if you hit, they're going down. So
Okay, well, I rolled
describe
a
it.
1, and that's a -1, so it does like 0 damage.
You
But I
don't
think
have negative
fragile.
to your damage.
No.
I did 1 damage. Okay.
Yeah, that's enough.
So Esoterra
Describe
like
it.
runs up, and their eyes are closed, and they just like swing it like a baseball bat, and it just clobbers the head off of one of them.
They hit it with the flat side.
Yes.
That would be
no
one
idea
damage
what's
for
going on.
sure.
I love it. So it's fully standing up at this point. So there's just like it's moving closer to the lot of you. I think we see Esoterra burst between the two of you, like being born from the womb, and just slaps the shit out of that zombie, and its head falls off and rolls. It doesn't roll very far because the bodies on the ground kind of stop the momentum. And there's a beat before the body that remains drops to its knees and then falls flat forward and almost like barely misses landing on you, Esoterra. Anything with your bonus action or free action?
I think we should run. That's my turn.
All right.
Are you gonna?
Thassa. What were you gonna say, Becca?
Are you running? Because I did just say something about retreat to Thassa earlier.
Yeah.
Well, you still have probably 25 feet of movement.
Okay. Yes. I book it.
Where are you going?
Towards Thassa?
Oh, yeah, they're right behind you. Or wait, no, it's not Layla's turn yet. So Layla hasn't actually moved. Or Thassa.
I wait.
Okay, great. You could. I was like, can you hold movement? We'll say that.
Can we
You
all hold
your
movement to sprint as one?
Yeah, you hold movement. I mean, we could also just exit combat too, and well, no, let's stay in it. Thassa, your turn.
Okay. So knowing that the plan is to try to escape and she wants to kind of obscure if they can see us, then, that's probably dangerous. She's going to grab with her chained hand one of her smoke grenades and just kind of, pull the plug and roll it forward to give kind of a smoke covering, because I'm assuming they kind of saw. Well, I guess, did we see any place to run before I cloud it all and we run into the...
Let's say you check you busted in, right? You check the closest door on the right side. So you have another closed door that's on the left side here that you have not given an eavesdrop to.
Yeah. She's just gonna go ahead and smoke cover with one of her smoke grenades.
We'll say as long as you're okay being in that smoke too, you don't have to roll to hit. But if you want to aim it to avoid smoking y'all out,
I think she's good with smoking everything out, because I assume that we kind of all looked around and know this is danger, run from danger, and she's perfectly fine with screaming over here type deal.
That's what they teach day one in military.
Yep.
Scream.
Cloud.
This
know where
is
you're
danger.
going. Scream to run.
This is scream and run.
Scream run.
Well, they taught us math. They were like 3 to 12. That's not a good odd there.
Okay, so action was putting the smoke grenade out. Make sure you
the grenade.
get that out of your inventory too.
Yep.
And then full movement is going to be 30 feet. So I think you easily get to that door over there as well. And we'll just say y'all are with the running away plan, right? Okay,
Fully
so
on board.
Let's just say we're out of combat, and Thassa leading the herd there just pops that smoke grenade, runs across the hall, and I imagine you don't have an action left, so you don't have time to listen to what's inside. So
she knows she's definitely hitting the door with force to if something's behind it, she's taking it out.
Yeah,
because she kind of knows there was noise behind that door. There's monsters in front of me there. This is the only other option. Let's hope for the best.
Yeah, I love it. So yeah, I think you just do the most bolder thing you could and and shoulder that door as hard as possible. And it definitely
Boulder shoulder.
with your
boulder
shoulder.
Mhm.
You definitely bust that door open, and it's again like the ones you busted in before, where it sort of like slaps open, and then you're ushering everyone inside, and then you're slamming it behind you. And there's this moment where at least I think Thassa and Layla are pushing their backs up against the door and just bracing themselves. And Esoterra, maybe you're like looking on sort of in some sort of like panic. And I'm sure all of you have inhaled a little bit of smoke too, so you're a little disoriented. And that's where we're going to leave you. Back to the door in a strange room. You've left one threat, but what have you walked into? That remains to be seen. Better tune in next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Watch out for the blast hole. And one more time, let's thank our wonderful sponsor, Evil Genius Productions, who have a Kickstarter going on right now. Everyday Heroes, the scenario we're playing from the Quick Start Guide as well, which you can download for free, so go check it out. Use our referral link in the chat right now if you want to make us look good. And thanks so much for being here in chat, everybody. We appreciate you so much. And a huge thank you to Vana for game mastering, and Stella and Kat for being here. Appreciate you.
It's so fun.
All right. Yeah. Bat channel, bat hour. You heard it. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.